What's going on, everybody? My name is Hydros and welcome back to some more My Hero Ultra Impact. And today, the global version of the game is now officially available on the Android and iOS store to pre-download and install the game right now. And we're going to go over everything here in today's video. Before we go and get started, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button to subscribe to the channel, as well as click that bell, turn on all notifications. That way you miss out on any future videos regarding My Hero Academia Ultra Impact, as well as drop a like down below on today's video if you guys are hyped for the global version. Also drop a hashtag global down in the comments down below if you guys are excited as well. So here with today, we have the global My Hero Ultra Impact Twitter account. Thank you for the follow, Elijah, by the way. But here we have the global Twitter account for the game. They've been tweeting out a lot of stuff lately. They have this little teaser here. We're going to go over that here in a second, by the way. But here we have, are you ready? About 3 hours ago, we are currently going through the final checks. MHA UI is scheduled to be launched around the evening of 2/9 JST. So for you global players, the time zone that they're going to be using for the global version is still going to be the JST time zone. So convert that how you will, but it's going to be around the evening on February 9th in JST or Japan time. So that's going to be interesting as well. But again, you can download the game right now on iOS and Android. So I'm going to go to my iOS store here. As you can see, My Hero Ultra Impact. I can open it. I've already pre-installed it already, but you can download it on both versions of the game, on both versions, so Android and iOS. But you can go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and open the game here. Boom, there we go. My Hero Ultra Impact is a free to play, but there's some items available for purchase, blah, blah, blah. So there we go. We got the title screen, and then it's going to load here, and we are going to get the maintenance screen. So the game is currently under maintenance, and it is going to say this game cannot be played at this time. Please check the official Twitter for updates. And the maintenance lasts until, as I said, February 9th, and it does say 1500 JST. So I do believe that is around 3 p.m. JST, if I'm not mistaken. Around 3 p.m.-ish is when the game is probably going to come out of maintenance. Again, that could extend, could be earlier even. I think the JP version, when they did this as well, it actually came out of maintenance a little bit earlier than expected, if I'm not mistaken, if I do remember correctly. But again, that could happen. It might not happen. Don't get your hopes up as well. But this is here. The official My Hero Academia Ultra Impact global version can now be pre-installed on your Android and iOS devices, and you can go ahead and get ready for the official release day of the game. Now, a lot of things to note with this game. The global Twitter account, if you guys have or have not been paying attention, the global Twitter account has been tweeting a lot of different character reveals, and a lot of those character reveals are units that did not release on JP until later on. Now, when JP released the Twitter account for the JP version, only tweeted units that were going to be available on the release day of the game. They never tweeted out any units that were available after release or further down the line. JP never did that. Now for global, we're going to expect the same situation here. Global is tweeting out units that have actually recently been released on JP already as well. So my thought and the majority of the consensus here for the global version is that the global version is going to launch on the exact same version, the exact same state that JP is currently in. There's not going to be any gap. There's not going to be any waiting period between releases for global and JP. Global and JP are going to have simultaneous releases since global released. That's how it's going to be. That's most likely how it's going to be and everything like that, based on how the global Twitter is handling their, reveals and stuff like that on the Twitter account. So again, that's just following what JP is doing and how global is doing their stuff and whatnot. Again, they might not even do that. Who knows? We'll have to see once the game does come out of maintenance. But the global version, funny enough, is on version 2.0.1. JP is currently on version 1.3.1, something like that. I do believe it's like 1.3 point something. But JP is on a further version behind than global. So that means JP, I do believe JP also has scheduled maintenance. So they will then have maintenance after global's release. So JP is going to be getting maintenance, and that is most likely to update JP to the same version as global, so 2.0.1. So that's interesting as well. Another general consensus that I've gotten around is JP and global. It is interesting that they're going to be caught up instantly. Everything's going to be available. Now, the tutorial reroll banner. When you first start the game, you're able to reroll on the tutorial banner for units that you want, and it's an infinite reroll system. You can keep pressing the button to reroll, 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 reroll until you get something that you want to keep. Now, on global, my opinion, and the way that I think they're doing it, is that the reroll banner on JP has never changed since JP's release, despite all the unit releases. JP's tutorial banner never changed. Global is an exact identical like game to the JP version, like its package ID, stuff like that. It's all identical to the JP version. So my thoughts is that the tutorial reroll banner is going to be the exact same way that it is on JP. There's not going to be any different units, any newer units thrown in there. They might do that. I don't know. They might actually do that. We don't know specifically right now because we can't get into the game to see anything, and we don't know how this stuff is going to work for global right now. So they could change it. That is a possibility. But my thought is that they're most likely not going to change the tutorial reroll banner. Now, another thing is JP and global. On Android, if you are playing the JP version, this is for most Android players. I've seen some people have it differently, but for the most people that play JP Ultra Impact, they cannot install the global version of Ultra Impact because they have the JP one installed. When a game does not install like that, it's most likely due to the game like package being the same name as the one that you're trying to install, but something is different a little bit about it. The way that I think that they did global is exactly the same as JP, except maybe like a global difference, like a version number or something like that, right? Might be a slight version difference with the way it's signed and stuff like that, but the global version is identical to JP. So what if, again, this is a pure speculation, by the way, right now, pure speculation. What if they let you transfer from JP to global? Again, this is just pure speculation, and this is going off of the fact that the global version of the game, at least on Android, judging by what it looks like, is that global is identical to the JP game specifically, in terms of like the package, the game, stuff like that, everything like that. So in terms of that, what if the game is the same, everything is the same, obviously all the characters are the same, ID numbers are the same, everything about the game is the same, and the fact that JP is updating to 2.0.1 to be alongside global, JP is going to have everything global's going to have everything JP has. They're going to be simultaneous releases, everything like that. What if they allowed you? It'd be a 1 in a million chance that they do allow this to happen. Most games, especially Bandai games, like Dokkan doesn't, Legends, I don't think Legends does, because I know Legends has a JP specific version, but everything is still the same between the games. So I'm not sure about Legends. Again, you guys can let me know down in the comments down below. Because Legends does have a JP version APK that they have, but the game itself is still the same as global. Now, again, this is Bandai we're talking about. Bandai can be pretty stingy, not gonna lie, but it is for a reason, right? Bandai, they have the brand reputation behind them, right? So I don't see it happening at the same time that I could see it happening. It's very weird, I know, but because the games are so closely similar to each other, the way JP and global are being handled, it's most likely, without a doubt, that the JP developers of the game are developing the global version, much like Akatsuki develops the JP and global version of Dokkan Battle. But again, it is Bandai still. But what if they let you transfer your account? To me, that would be amazing, because I don't want to have to use a VPN every time I want to play the game. So it would be a very small percentage of players, a very minuscule amount that would be able to transfer, that would actually transfer from the JP to the global version. Because obviously JP players, they're not going to transfer to the global version, because they're playing their version, right? If you live in Japan, you're playing the JP version, you have no issues. But if you're like me, playing from the US, using a VPN to play the JP account, maybe, they have to be aware of this. There's no way they're not aware of that going on. So what if they just were like, let's just let them do it. Let's just let them transfer their account, the 1% of players. Because the way I think of it this way is JP and Global are going to be releasing with the exact same stuff. Also, if we go back to Twitter here real quick, Twitter, Global and the JP Twitter, this is on both Twitter accounts, they have who's next with a teaser image. This teaser image is obviously, it's MHA, right? Because obviously it's got the electricity stuff. It's MHA pretty much, in my opinion. It's the next unit that's coming to Ultra Impact. JP and Global both tweeted this out. So Global and JP are going to be releasing the same banner together. So that means, and that tells me that Global is not going to be using old banners, at least aside from like the first, the first banner that came out in the game that, let you summon on those units. But from there on out, the banners that they release are most likely just going to be new banners. And all the units that are currently on JP are just going to get thrown into the general pool on Global like they do on JP. So whether or not we get banners like we did on JP, whether they have rerun banners and stuff like that, I don't know. We could possibly see that, but just by the way they're handling it, it's a small, very, like less than 1% chance that they actually allow you to transfer from the JP account to the Global account. Like take your account on JP and transfer it to the Global APK or the Global game, right? If they allow you to do that, they instantly win. They would be the best handled game that I've ever played. Just for that little feature to transfer from the JP version of the game to the Global version, take your account from one, put it on the other. Whether or not the servers are combined, we don't know specifically. I was able to see like a server URL that they are using like a JP URL for their server location. So it could be in the same server, vicinity. They could be using similar servers or just using a sub server of one. I don't know. They could be doing something like that. Who knows? But if they're using the same servers, you could have your account transferred from one to the other. Also, it depends on if your account has a flag on it. Like, let's say you started your account on JP. It depends if they have like, this account is JP region flag check, right? So if they have that, that would prevent all transfers. If they don't have that type of check, you might be able to transfer. Another point that was brought up in the MHA Discord is that the JP version of the game has English assets. So what if that was kind of just preempting like version, like language selection? What if they did that? What if that was the reason? What if, I just thought of this as well while recording this video, you guys get on the fly news, not news, but speculation. What if, because Global is updating to 2.0.1, right? Because they're doing that, JP is having maintenance and updating most likely to 2.0.1. What if when JP updates, it's literally just a copy of the Global version? Like it's the exact same. There's no actual JP Global difference. It's literally the exact same game. Because that's why they have to update it. They have to update it and be like, okay, we have to literally just make this the exact same way. We don't have to update multiple APKs. We can just update one, boom, we're good to go. What if they're doing that? They could be, who knows? That's again, just speculation on my part. But before I get into all of that, again, MHA, one of the first units, the first new units coming to Global Ultra Impact as well as JP. Gonna be interested to see how she does. But again, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Global version of Ultra Impact. Let me know if you're downloading it on Android or iOS in the comments down below. And also, again, hashtag Global down in the comments down below if you guys are excited for the Global version, as well as drop a like down below on today's video if you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day.